My name is Stefanie Kohl, and this is my husband, Jared. You have people coming up to you and asking you about them. You have the folks that think that they're brand new. What is this new? What was that? When was that made, in the 90s? And we say, actually 1973. And try to not let breakdowns and things like that scare you, because breakdowns happen. New motorhomes break down, but you can't fix that. We are on the side of the road. We can fix this. I highly encourage you to find the local group, the local chapter of GMC camping groups that's near you, and go find out when they're having a rally. Go meet them. Invariably, these things turn into a working rally, and all you have to say is one thing: I have this thing that's going on, and they will all flock to your RV and more than likely solve it for you there on the spot. If not, there are wonderful people who have, we're even getting into this now, more of these owners are building larger garages, and they're having mini working rallies where they'll invite several coaches up, and whatever problem you have, they will zero in on it. You have multiple hands helping you through this. We actually did this with this RV. We needed to replace the windows in it because the previous owner somehow, through washing the vehicle, I think the heat, whatever, it shattered one of the original windows in it, one of the large ones. And they had purchased a whole new set of windows to go with it, but never installed them. And one of the other owners had a large space, a large shop, invited several of us up there, and with the help of, I don't know, 5 or 6 guys, they replaced the windows, and it was an all new experience. I think one maybe had experience doing it. So everyone learned how to do this, and learned that probably on these, because they're curved, they don't want to do it again. But but the curvature of the windows made it a little challenging to fit them just right. But they did it, and it was amazing, and it was a wonderful weekend of camaraderie and getting together and learning new things, which you learn all the time. Every time we run into someone, we're learning something new about these things, and it's just a fantastic experience. In owning one of these motorhomes, what one should understand is that if you're not mechanically inclined, and you're not inclined to learn to be mechanically minded, that these motorhomes are particular. Many mechanics do not know how to work on them anymore. You cannot take one of these to Jiffy Lube.
Where do I plug my cord in? You
cannot take them to Merchants Auto or any standard cookie cutter mechanic shop that you would take your car to for an oil change or tires or anything like that. These are special vehicles. If you have ever owned a classic vehicle, you will not catch someone with a classic Corvair driving it down to Jiffy Lube. Just won't. And much of the knowledge of working on an older engine is lost, because today engines are all electronic and computerized, and they get hooked up to machines to diagnose. And so be aware that the mechanics of these, you can pay someone to do them, but you have to do your research first. Find yourself a good old school mechanic who is familiar with these engines, the carbureted engines, and knows how to work on them. There are people within the community that do this and can take care of them for you. You can pull on the blacklist to find those places. But if you know someone in your community that you know works on classic vehicles, those would be the people I would seek out. I wouldn't trust anyone else to do this, because what you have to understand is, if you do know enough about them to know that they have to be treated in a particular way, you need to find that person who's willing to listen to you and take your advice and then go with it. Towing also is a special situation. They're front-wheel drive. You cannot lift these from the bumper. You cannot tow them from the back. They have to be lifted by the frame or the wheels. And if a tow truck operator tries to tell you otherwise, send them away. because they will wreck it.
Been there,
They
done
will,
that.
yes, and we've heard of disasters that have happened to these motorhomes where the owner didn't know and allowed the tow truck driver to tow it improperly, and it basically ruined it, wrecked it. If you are willing to dive in and be a little adventurous and learn and to try to do some of these things yourselves, the community also has, among the community has cropped up these folks who provide the parts you need. They have access to older coaches that maybe are just not a little bit beyond repair, and they part out these things so you can get replacement parts. Luckily, the engines consist mainly of parts that you can still order today that are still on vehicles today. I feel like if you're an adventurous person and you're open to and not afraid to experience something new and to learn new things and to make new friends, and you're not afraid of that improbable but possible breakdown on the side of the road that you can get yourself out of easily, dive in, do this, come meet people. Before you even set foot in one of these motor coaches, come find a local rally, talk to the people that own them. They're going to be honest with you, and just know that you're not dealing with a new vehicle, you're dealing with an old one, so it's constant work, but it's so rewarding. It's so rewarding to do.